All right, Alex. I think I was going to pay you one of those French girls to be a large commission. Looking huge. How am I going through? How's the music and stuff? Yeah, man, it's nice and chill. Save all the exciting stuff for when I get video games and stuff up and running, which was going to be on Monday, but it turns out there's a ton of connectors and stuff I had no idea I needed. See, we've still got ours all set up in the living room. When we get a PS5, if they ever come back in stock, I think the PS4 is going to come in here. But at the moment, try to stream to the Switch, and yeah, it needs so many connectors and shit like that. It's geared exactly for not streaming. It's like the most difficult thing to like try and stream from first. But what we're doing now is figuring out what we want to do with a Twitch frame for actually making the stream look pretty and not just this whatever's in the corner behind me. So I was thinking, since I draw mostly fantasy type stuff, making it look some sort of a dungeon, some nice cobblestone bricks and stuff. Something like this. I was thinking getting like the video game background music too, but I'm not too sure I'm feeling this playlist. I might have to change it up. Pretty sure this is Game of Thrones as well. Yeah, it absolutely is Game of Thrones. So look at this. This is better already. Alex, I don't know if you were much of a Final Fantasy guy. Oh, you should recognize this one then. This remix of the fight with Seymour. My favourite Final Fantasy bad guys. See, I have a massive soft spot for 10-2. It got a lot of hate. And not all of it like undeserved. But all the job spheres were a welcome change. But making Junior a pop star, not sure about that. So the dress spheres was just the job systems that they had in previous games anyway. It just had that like a, I don't know what we call it, like a teen girl, like coat of paint that got put on everything. I have no idea how that game's aged. I've got the HD version, but I never got around to it. I tried playing 10 not too long ago, but the Blitzball stuff, like, I would love a fully fleshed out Blitzball game, but what you got, it just wasn't up to it. We've got time now. Lockdown, baby. Gonna catch up on everything. What up, Lydia? Lyd, we're talking Final Fantasy. Do you ever play 10 or 10-2? Is it not coming through? How about now? Is it coming through alright? Cool. I'm still trying to figure out all the levels between like headphones, the desktop, all stuff. Got an echo. Write down and bring it up through here. How's that? One of the songs ended, so that's not gonna help anything. Huh. Yeah, I'm still very much working all this shit out. For some reason, the mic wants to come through the desktop as well as OBS. So I think it's the desktop and OBS both picking me up. Oh, thank you, man. I'll get that sent out to you tomorrow. Wearing the t-shirt to jog everyone's memory. Have fun with Ghost of Tsushima, though. I've heard a lot of good things about it. Seen a lot of good things as well. Although it's a miracle I got any of those product shots the other day, because it was freshly washed and it was middle of winter in the garden, freezing my tits off. So I'm thinking about this. Decrepit archers. So I'm absolutely winging all of this. All I know is that I want it to look like some sort of a deep dark dungeon. Yeah, I want to. I think every Wednesday for artwork stuff, and as soon as I get video games and stuff sorted, I think possibly Saturdays or Sundays. Although I'm not sure about weekends if conventions ever happen again, because I don't want to do like a 3-day weekend at a convention, get home at like 7 o'clock, slam my face straight into a stream, and be like, "Hey, we're playing." Yeah, because I know you started streaming a little bit before me. Were you doing that while conventions were still a thing? I can't remember. Or did you start that last year or the year before? Okay, so you like me. We're going to be winging it a little bit. Oh, right. It's not too bad, like too grandiose a setup I've got. Thank you. It's taken a lot of like blood, sweat, and tears behind the scenes, and some on the scenes even. And figuring out all the levels and things like that. Like, if I can figure out this audio capture, then that would be the best thing in the world. Because at the moment I've just got this capturing the desktop rather than a specific window. I suppose. So I've got OBS as the actual stream, like assembler, which is all free to use, and then I've got what's it called again? A PowerSoft, which does the screen mirroring from the iPad to my PC. Because I saw there were things that would do it locally on the iPad, but I didn't feel like it was only going to be useful for the art stuff. It wasn't going to be useful for any video game stuff, so I gave that a bit of a swing. It's all been good so far. Like, fortunately, the software side of things has all been utterly free. But I bought like a ring light and a camera. The camera I bought was only meant to be for. As I'm speaking, the music is throwing me off. It was only meant to be for like D&D and things like that. But it's not quite good enough for the rest of the stuff, so I've got another camera on the way. So I'm quickly going to have some backups. Yeah, I don't know what the hell this shit is. Fucking love it. It's a lot of things like the color balance of the camera. It doesn't pick up much very nice at all, so it washes everything out. So I've got like 5 or 6 filters on this. So this is all Final Fantasy stuff, but it looks like it's almost an a cappella version of a battle song. So I need to figure out a lighting setup for the rest of the room as well, because this is just the dark, dank bedroom, which isn't too great to look at, and I don't really want it on stream too much. So it's whether I want to get like a cutout for all of this stuff. This is all on. Yeah, I'm gonna get a wall scroll. Yeah. It's on the list of things to do. Well, I need to get like that pro gamer setup of like purple and blue lights to really sell myself. Like then I'm on Twitch, whereas now I feel like I'm a little bit posing. Professionals. I was proper thinking about like what do I want all my assets in my channel to look like in terms of like how I present it all. I was like, do I want all those neons? I like new retrowave stuff. Like gaslight, neon signs, and shit like that. But I think that paints me as like trying to be like too much of a pro gamer, and I feel like that's just going to set up for a lot of disappointment when I start actually playing video games. Yeah. Oh no, this guy's terrible. Gotta set those expectations low at the beginning. They will be disappointed. So I thought, shabby old dungeon. That'll set things out nicely. It'll depend on what I want the what do you call it? I'm losing all my words now. I need to get used to actually hearing myself in my headphones as well as speaking as well. That's, I think, like the final goal is doing some sort of like a D&D stream. I need to find the people to do that with though. I don't want to promise too much. If you guys are free and I've got the time to run it, then we'll get it together. I did have a plan because I'm playing a campaign at the moment, which is every Thursday. That's been going for about 3 or 4 years now, and it's probably got a couple of years left in it. Because I was only just getting to the proper meat and potatoes stuff. Have you not been playing at all, like during lockdown and stuff, like online? Yeah, like D&D online compared to in person is a huge ask. It's not something I'm fully like comfortable or confident doing at the moment. Fair enough. That's a shame. Because the game I'm running is the one that we got Todd into, which he had one game in person with us at the table, and then this was just as coronavirus was probably becoming a thing. And at the end of the session, we were like, "Welcome to the campaign, Todd. We might not be at the table for a long time." So we ended up not playing for 6 months, and then it's only just before Christmas we start picking it back up again. Just as everyone started to get cameras, start getting into Discord, and things like that. Because I was, at the beginning, I was very much like, coronavirus isn't going to be a thing for that long. We'll take a month off. We'll have some rest. Sorry, Todd. And then, like 4 months in, we're looking at it and going, we're probably not going to be around the table for the rest of the year. Shall we, or shall I put some effort into getting the tech together on my side so I can actually DM for you guys? So we've been on Discord for 2 months maybe. And and it's just such a different pace of things. Like having people talk over one another, not being able to like look at who you're talking to. Battle maps are a nightmare. So I think I've still got to really make my peace with online DMing before I embrace it for like any other projects. Yeah, there's just a certain level of stuff that you just cannot do online. And yeah, and there's like the pre-game and after the game stuff is always great fun. Of like everyone sits back and puts their dice away and says like, "Oh, this is such a fucking nightmare," or "This is such great fun." But you don't get that online, as people might stick around for a couple of minutes, but they kind of want to stand up and walk around, which means them just logging out of Discord. So it's basically, cool, thanks guys, bye. Yeah. So I completely understand where you're coming from. Yeah, if you can do it and you're completely on board with it, awesome. Like, more power to you. But it's just not the same. It's why I've been taking all the social distancing so like seriously. It's because I want to get back to D&D in person. Like, alright, yeah, doing well by your fellow man is also an important thing, but really it's about D&D. That's why we're all staying inside. This place has gotten really boppy. Let's try this. Yeah, I'm exactly the same. I want to be there with the people rather than I forget how many weird moments the Final Fantasy series have, and I think that bleeds through quite a lot. Yeah, D&D I want to do a ton more. Like before lockdown, anything like that, my plan was at the end of the campaign I'm currently running, which is weekly, I was going to do 2 bi-weekly campaigns, like potentially like a sci-fi and a fantasy one. But who knows what's going to happen now. Oh yeah, no worries, dude. Listen around when I finish up mine. I don't know how long I'm going to go for. I'll try and see if I can do like a raid or something like that. See if we can put anyone that's watching this through to yours. There's like tons of like bits and like gifted subs, and I've been watching other people on Twitch and been like, oh, thank you for the 12 bits or 12 for the gifted subs. I've been nodding along politely like, yes, okay, that seems to be a good thing. Streamers like when they get resubs and like bits and things like that. So I coming into it, I'm not expecting any of it. I'm doing it because it's a little bit of fun, but trying to figure out like what I should thank people for. Like if someone gives me like 5 bits, what is that? What does that mean? What do I owe that person then? What have they bought? I've actually hidden the view account because I don't want to get distracted by it, because I know I'll start watching it throughout the entire time. And I forget to do anything else. It'll just be an hour and a half of me on the screen like, neat, love it, nice, and then I get nothing done. So with this, I want it to overlap a little bit, but make sure it's not like coming into the image too much, because I don't want it to intrude on the artwork I'm drawing. I have no idea what my resting base is. I think I have resting forehead. So if I'm just drawing, like, all you're getting is that. So I don't know if I need to move the camera down so while I'm actually drawing, you can still see that I have a face and not just a hairline. It's true. Like, I've seen the icons for previous streams, and it's just my head down. It's like, do you want to watch an hour and a half of a guy fucking ignore you? Brilliant. Yeah, let's do it. I'm also still trying to get into the swing of like what counts as a productive stream. Well, this is all just lining out at the moment. I'm gonna actually do the inks proper, because I came into this with basically no plan and I'm winging it entirely. I think actually what I'm gonna do is save me some hassle. Merge, 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 merge. Yeah, that's fine. It's all the best. I'm using the actual canvas in my canvas because it's bright white and it's easier to see. We have bricks. No worries, dude. Take it easy. How long do you know? How long do you know you'll be streaming for? Can you do like an hour or something? Yeah. Okay. If you're still about when I'm signing off, I'll point him towards you. Cool. Thank you, Liv. where am I going with this? That looks about right. No, not up. So now this is where not naming your layers comes to bite you in the ass. So I reckon this will start to look pretty good now. So all of this as the background work. Turn the actual grid off. So what we're left is here is the border for the actual artwork here, all this stuff. And then the face cam and any other information like that. I'm still not quite sure what I want to put into all that. Newest releases, merchandise and stuff shit. But let's actually start inking proper. So we start with the actual face cam bit. How do I do that? Do I want to have mirror on? Probably do, but I'll do this. If you want to be a little bit uneven because it's old brickwork, it's all crumbling and falling to pieces. If I want to do some crumbled bits, I don't want it to be mirrored, so I think there's going to be a couple that I'm going to leave out, and then I'll draw them back in as and when I need them. Cool. Make that white bit that brightens it up. Yeah, that's more visible. Both to you guys and to me. I can't see what I'm drawing. What's the point? Sorry, how long have we been going on for? About 40 minutes. That's not bad. That's pretty good progress. Because then what I can do, bring this all the way over. It's broken under here. And we'll see how far we can get tonight. I think I want to get all the ink stuck, and then we'll have a look at some colours as well. Some bright purples and blues. I know I said before that I wasn't too keen on doing the neons, the new retro sort of MLG look, but those are my favourite colours. I think I'll be doing a disservice to myself if I didn't include those. I'm actually going to start naming these. Fixed frame. Right. Shall we do the information tab or the screen next? Let's do the screen. It's the biggest piece in here. So this bit is going to be, I think, some of the dullest, just because it's brick after brick after brick. So if anyone has any ideas, things they want to see included or anything like that, shoot it in the chat and we'll see if we can get it included. This is my whole ethos of what I want to do on Twitch. Let's have some fun, wing it. Almost a quarter. There are certain things you have to draw as an illustrator and any sort of artist where you're always, what I say, slumming it. It ain't the funnest stuff. It means any repeating pattern. Chainmail. Fucking chainmail. But it makes the other stuff worth it. Like belts, leather straps, swords and shields. One of my favourites is just cloth. It's really weird and simple. I think cloth is one of the things where, to an extent, I can freewheel it. But once you understand how a fabric's gonna turn or wrap around something or crease. You can have a lot of fun with it. You can just sort of feel how it goes. It's very natural. Set the routine now, so that needs to be, that looks upside down and wrong. So this is all just playing Final Fantasy X music. Makes me want to replay it now. I think 10 was one of my favourite. Alongside 7. Although I feel if you don't say 7, you get a little bit judged by the Final Fantasy community. I think with this, we're like halfway through. It doesn't take that long. It's easy. This is just me, again, putting the bits I don't enjoy off with my artwork. And really, it's easy. That's taught me a lot, because that attitude with your art, with my artwork, is there's something you don't know or something that doesn't look like it's gonna be fun. It's holding up the stuff that's gonna be fun. Just do it. Get out of the way, because then you can spend a lot more time on the really cool stuff. See, I want to cover up all the white here, because that white border is basically what is not going to be part of the iPad screen. So I want to not go too much onto this dark grey bit here, but I do want to cover up all this white. But I don't want to cover too much. Because if I start saying, let's go and use this brush over here, and you can't see it, then what's the point of it being here in the first place? Accessorize and not clutter. I did have all these grandiose plans for having like sconces on the side, doing all this like a little rat in the corner, proper like dungeon stuff. But looking at it now, there's not a huge amount of like wasted space that I could put all that stuff in. so it's actually had to rein myself in quite a lot. Do you think it's good? I'll get carried away with all this. Quite easily as well. So what happened earlier, or mid last year as well. I was planning a Kickstarter, and the more and more I worked on it, the bigger and bigger the project got. I wanted to add more things into it here and there, and all of a sudden I took a step back, and it just looked like it was unachievable completely. So that idea has very much gone on the back burner. Until I can actually get some time and like refocus the scope of a project as well. It's the benefit of not telling people you're going to do something before you do it. If it doesn't work out, no one has to know. That's my hand on the iPad screen. Is it the? Yeah, it's my hand. It's undoing my brush strokes. So I think I need to invest in a glove to remedy that. For those you saw chatting to me earlier, we're FaZe Chan, another artist. Me and her have gone to conventions for years and years and years. Been a little bit of a gruesome twosome on that cabal of artists in the shadows organising what conventions to go to. I think much like me, what with last year not having any conventions, we had to really reassess like how do we get ourselves out there, how do we stay relevant. And Twitch seems to be a pretty good home for us, I reckon. So I've been enjoying this so far. The other lad, Akiman, is an old friend from uni who we recently collaborated. He's a tattoo artist now. We both went to uni to do games concept design and found the games industry pretty difficult to penetrate, especially where we were at the time. And he's found tattoo work, and I've just found illustration more and more. But we recently collaborated on some Flash. So Among Us Flash. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Because there's some designs I'm really proud of. Where did I hide it? Here it is. So if you hit up Alex, then you can get some of these. Because I'm playing a fair amount of Among Us since lockdown. Like, who isn't, really? Especially on Twitch and YouTube and things like that. It's like the done thing. But it's been so much fun. especially as our regular movie night group, about 7 or 8 of us, can't get together anymore because of the world. So that's been helping us all out some. Line that up. Yeah, a little skull in the corner. It doesn't intrude too much. So that would be canvas frame. I still call it a canvas, even though it's not a canvas. And this will be the info frame. Still not sure what I want in this. Like maybe like a subscriber count or something like that. Is this Tizanakand? Is that Fleeting Dream? So I remember this song when I used to play Final Fantasy X, back on the PS2 when I was a little boy, and it was the first game that had the first game that I played anyway that had a somber opening. Like you opened and they're all characters, all these like bright, flashy, cool characters you haven't met yet, and they're all sat around this campfire in this ruined city, and they're basically just contemplating like, we might not come back for this last fight. And me sat there was like, I want to fight some monsters. I want to swing a giant sword. I just coming off the back of Devil May Cry, and then hitting this, and I was like, oh, this game's be chock full of feelings. And I wasn't wrong. Although I can never remember, is it Titus or Titus? Chat, if you let me know if I'm wrong. Yeah, it was one of the first games that I played. Because I played Metal Gear Solid on the PS1. And it's still very much like, that's just a cheesy action movie. I loved it. But this one was taking its time and was very much like, hey, these characters aren't in a fun space. I can't remember what it is that Titus says. But it's something like, this is my story. And I go straight into Blitzball. I was like, oh, okay, this is what I'm here for. This is what I'm expecting. Like, ridiculous action sports. So I think this is looking too obviously mirrored. So I'm going to repair this one. I'm going to break a different one. I think this corner is going to get it. Make sure it's all rubbed out properly. Yeah, I played Final Fantasy VII, and obviously there's the bit with Aerith, and like that is something I don't think anyone had really seen proper in video games, and it was shocking. But there's a point where it's like these are still little polygonal sprites, like they don't have actual voices, they only have text boxes. And there's an emotional weight that didn't quite hit for me as much. Or maybe I was just too young to properly like realize it. But it didn't hit me as hard as like the opening to Final Fantasy X. Maybe I should go back and play Final Fantasy X. So I remember who my team was. Also Titus. He was the guy on the front cover. He was the main dude. I think I always had Lulu as well. I mean, I was a edgy little emo kid. Of course I had Lulu. She looked like the natural conclusion of any cover of Kerrang magazine. So sign me up, yes. Who was it that? Oren. Yeah, it was Oren. Yeah, there's one arm. He obviously wasn't here to fuck around. Whereas I'm not sure who I'd have us to play it again. I feel like Kamari got a raw deal. The big blue protector, he'd been with Eunice like since the beginning, and then just never really got anything. Like his clan don't like him for whatever reason. He's not, was he not big and tall enough or something like that? And I always felt like, okay, whatever. Ronso problems, Ronso problems. I never used much of Yuna as well. But like as the summoner, you want to use all the summons, but you summon the big creatures and stuff, but then it takes your party away, and you just play as the big creature. Like, well, I've got all these other players that I want to play as. Like, I don't take them away. It felt like everyone was just hanging around until Unit actually finish summoning something, and then that thing will be saving the day. Do I want Bahamut and the bench warmers? Do I want a cast of characters that are actually learning to stand each other, basically? So this stream's just become a massive love letter to Final Fantasy X. I feel like it's one of the first games that I played that really did underwater. Like, made it meaningful as well. Like, there's a reason why Tidus would want to go swimming for hours on end. It's because he played Blitzball. Like, he's a fish out of water at the best of times. You got Riku and Waka, who are divers themselves and Blitzball players. And of course you want to explore an underwater ruin. Well, you guys love the water. Whereas a lot of the games, you get suckered into the water level. And you just know, it feels like your character isn't down for that, really. So I'm just doing this background bit behind where the face cam will be going, just in case I decide, rather than having a background sheet behind me, I can just key it all out with a green screen. Which, I don't know. I feel that it's one of those things where there's no wrong answer to that. It's just, what do you feel you want to do? Like, I think until I can get some sort of a proper background, a green screen might be worth it. It also means if I'm doing video games and stuff like that, my camera doesn't take up so much of the screen. Whereas if it's just your noggin, then it's not quite as intrusive. Not at all. That's better. It's really deliberate how to make things look like they've been naturally broken. Because you don't want it to be too purposeful, but it's got to be sellably random. No, I'm not liking that either. I think that's a good, about a third of it. So I'm going to start doing some detail strokes on this. Just so it really shows that this is a 3D object with some texture. I think once these bricks are done, I'll have a look at throwing some colour on, see how that all looks. Straight there. There we go. So I'm going to make this repeating. There's a little bit of tidy up I want to do. Just basically take this top off. So it should fit fairly seamlessly. Over these guys here with like minimal repair work. Yeah, there you go. Duplicate that again. Bring it down again. Yeah, but just a little bit more. And then we just go through repairing it. So this bit here. That is why I have the wrong brush selected. finish off these little bits as well. Alrighty. So merge it down, merge it down, merge it down. And mask. Take a pen. Because get rid of this right here. Nope. There we go. So, where do we want this color to go? I select. Dark purple. It looks like it hasn't done anything, however. It hasn't. There we go. What I want to do is break all these lines up here. Should be doing is creating a border. Wait, no, hang on, sod that. Look at that. You have to think. It's my artist, big brain. It's like that. Invert it. There we go. And then head down to here. Drop the color. That should have worked. Cool. Do as well here is mask out anywhere it's overcoming here. What's that user sleep? That's cool. Yeah, sounds looking good. So I'm just making this proper background now. So you don't want it overlapping with all this stuff here. We're almost done with this bit here, and then I think we'll make these background bricks darker, and then we might call it a night there. Freehand. Cut this out. Using my steady hand. One slip and I've got to do it all again. And copy paste. Mask. Take that out. So we can see there how it's a little bit lighter in that frame. That's what I really want to do. The other one as well. See if I undo that just a little bit. Select that mask and mask that. It gives it the same mask, and then mask this out. Make sure I get it all. Masks are great non-destructive techniques. A non-destructive technique is something I learned. One of the few things I learned at uni is really stuck with me. Is rather than hitting the eraser and erasing it, if I do it on a mask, if I fuck it up, I don't lose all the work. Now I'll do the same on this one. Oh, almost slipped. There we go. Copy and paste that. So I've got that. And then in here. Black it out. What's the opacity on that one? Merge it down. Let's go delete the mask. Don't want to do that. So what I'll do is select that. On this one, hit the mask, so they've both got the same mask on. So to max. Get rid of that. And merge it down. Merge it down. Lower that. There we go. It's working. So, what I want to do now is if I edit the colour slightly, it's a bit darker. Nope. Always stick it on a new layer. This darkness will just make the rest of it pop a little bit. I think I'm just going to do it up here in this corner, and for the rest of it we'll call it a night. There we go. So we see that banner, that border even, starting to pop just a little bit more. So we want this border to be the main focus of the background at the very least. There's like 3 or 4 levels of background. So obviously the foreground, you want to have the iPad screen. So this is all background. Then this, what we're colouring at the moment, is the background's background. If that makes sense. I'm here. Cool. So what we can do now is with our background elements. So that's roughly what it'll look like. If you can stand the screens within screens. So I think this is where I'm going to leave it off. Lid looks like she's still online. quick look. So let's see if we can work out how this raid works. So I'm going to start the raid, so I'm going to say goodbye to you, and you'll catch me over in Lydia's chat for the last 15 minutes or so per stream. Thank you very much for joining me, for sitting with me, having a chat. I think with this, I might finish off some of the colours and inks, and then I'll come back with this for some final touches and actually putting it on the stream so we can all see it together. But yeah, cheers guys, I'll see you next time. Oh, it's going to be in a couple of seconds. Cool.